that as the fourth now notched on the board. But you have to keep in mind that Foes is alive. You know, the orb's in play. He needs to insert himself into this next round. Fortunately for him, he even kept the HE for good trouble. So, see if he wants to go for a couple of breaks in this race. So this is great from Steph. This is really all you can ask for, because when he gets traded, it's door spam, which looks nuts in the replay.
It's that one I think is going to be annoying and haunt Ryu a little bit, knowing that they had still this crossfire, and yeah, facepalm for Ryu after conceding to Hunter for that second frag. Big clawback from Hunter in that one to keep this streak rolling.
This is the map where I see Ryu having quite a few troubles as a B anchor, right? There's a lot of B pops you have to deal with. It's not an easy sight. See if he's able to keep up some of that ancient form. As Neo will take his first tactical timeout, get on the mic, and obviously they're going to work out how they can win this AWP, right? This is where you need some creativity, you need some aggression.
He's got both. Let's see what Posey chooses to do with that.
B-rush.
Early B-rush. This is just doors, smoke, go. Posey's at least here, but what's he supposed to do with an orb? Up against a rush, still pulls the trigger onto Wrinkle. Ryu, anything's great, a bit of damage, you'd love lethality. Posey a second onto Mattis. He's edging the smoke. Hunter might not be anticipating him to have this line. But stay on it. Stair will walk on through. Hunter, anti-flash. Unaware they're running forward off of this lovely lurk smoke outdoors. Gives them options. Flash from Fozy and go. Here comes Chaos. Pandemonium on the B side. Astralis just won a round. Hunter and Nerds denied. Good find. Fozy, despite his output, doesn't want to overcook, doesn't want to give that offer away for no reason, and he gets a third onto Nerds. All for naught.
Decent damage, right? But there's still lots of money to work with if you're G2. Hunter and Heavy God look to get out. Big 5-0.
Looks like Astralis' weaknesses on Dust 2 haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, well, we'll get into their second gun round now, so. As mentioned, I really feel they can take a couple more chances with the map in the back pocket, right? They selected to be on this CT side. Would hate for this just to go like normal and not feel like you tried anything out of the box. But to be fair, G2 have started pretty default heavy, right? They're getting that lower tunnels, they're taking all that mid space. There we go again. So Wrinkle posted up on the cross. Out long for Matters. Flashed off the line, they'll give over the space.
Exactly what Wrinkle was positioned for. You can see this boost. It's to try and catch the smoke break Orba. His counterpart, however, positioned on short side. Diligent flash work from G2. Nullifies Fozy's opening gambit.
Been a lot of the same with this.
Flop volley. Still dismount.
Yeah, Fozy will respect the flashes. Doesn't want to hang around for a bar of that.
Really going fishing for something on this mid-cross. Prior to that commitment, 50 seconds for G2 to find their finish. Fozy might go for a sweep here. Wrinkle's on the line, it's a hard fight. It doesn't favor the Swede. This is the sweep. That's the tag. Wrinkle, low. Hunter maneuvers forward, but he's not with the squad. He's kind of doing a bit of a lone venture. They'll drop CT. A little bit of a gap in the smoke leads to some damage, but the B site falls. Just Yabi to go. Way too many men on his screen. Even a nice pickup top mid. Hooksy from long gets caught towards top palm.
Yeah, this is very, very comfortable right now for G2. And I'm going to try and take this away from Fozy this time round because it's been saved in consecutive rounds. He's got lots of cash, the loss bonus is there. He will be able to bring it out again, but maybe not into the next as he assesses the finances. It should be in Astralis half buy, so Fozy on for this world, a shadow. They do a lot on that angle, but still takes down Heavy God. You can see defense mode now as the bodies are coming his way, and he knows the hunt is on. He retained this. Then cool jump in, gets caught, but the trade should be there. Hunter will confirm. The board wiped. So Fozy has a stack of cash. I think take a timeout, talk about this type of a buy, because Stair can get himself, Fozy can drop one and still get the orb. Yabi can buy himself. They can work this out. Opting for the Famis. Even without that save door, they're still able to get close to fully equipped. It's one kit. Oh, look at this, Alex. This is punishment right now. B rushing again.
It's just Ryu. The entire Astralis squad disconnected. He's just got to do it all on his own. Not bad output. 1.5. Heavy got down to 14 from the spam.
And now they're playing retake. There's 3 smokes remaining. There's a molly in the mix, so they can continue to replenish the smokes towards the doors. There's going to be about a CT lurk on the way in, and while the flashes, there's only a handful of those. But there is the kit, so they can give this one a crack. It is just going to be tough.
Nert's trying to address this potential for the walk through that smoke. Nice timing on the molly here from Heavy God. He's even got another smoke.
Yeah, 2 more.
Breaching this, not going to be easy. Flash at the ready. Stare the first. He's making his move. Wrinkle back the site on the flat. Heavy God still removes Stare's aggressive venture. Ooh, there's Bozy removing Wrinkle. Hang on, time sensitive, no defuse. Ryu would have to be on it now, and he is, but jumping from the heavens is the Heavy God.
He's got a big smile on his face right there. He was so low on HP after that initial skirmish. The fact he gets so much value, good stuff for the big man.
Seriously good output on a Mac 10, no less. But they are abusing this B site.
The fact that they've run B rushes twice now.
Maybe your matchmaking teammates were right.
He's really just setting the tone. All right, Alex, they're doing it again.
Well, if it ain't broke, Chad, don't fix it.
Coming through the grey screen.
Ryu would like some help. FP9, it's nothing. Some damage, sure, but Yabi with a 5-7, a prayer, and a peanut in his pocket. Good luck, have fun. Pushing through, little bit of Yabi. There's some action. Heavy got easy tracking. Finds Fozy. It's comfortable for G2, just zipping up for an 8th.
A couple of players are low, so Hooksy might be able to get a quick kill or 2 for the stat line, but otherwise this would need to be the biggest round of the man's career. Okay, Manus will deal with that, and this is abuse right now.
If you're the B anchor right now, if you're Ryu, how do you not take this personally?
Well, when they're getting those spawns, the fact that they're still calling that, being able to get away with B rushes at this level of Counter-Strike is pretty silly. But if they keep getting those spawns and they keep carrying with those Mac 10s, why the hell not? But this is already a great half for G2.
And also, if you're Astralis, you don't want to overreact, do you? You don't want to start Heavy B and suddenly, oh, they're out long.
This is it, right? So they're probably going to just go for another. They started 4-1 a couple of rounds ago. Look at this, a bit of a right smile.
Felt like you just said, you want to do it again? Look at the spawns, though, yeah.
I think Wrinkle might give Long a go, right?
Sure.
He might be able to post up on the line. They can get him a bit of space, get someone out towards blue bin. So Astralis needs something. Posey at the top of the scoreboard with 6, but the resistance has always come too little too late. So standard start. Posey blocks Long, and Hooksy knows not to pick before that smoke is up.
Won't fire off a shot. So audible to Astralis, the AWP started long side.
He'd love a flash right now.
Ooh, Fozy's in such a forward position. The flash, oh, and the AWP connect.
He just got a glance there at the arm. Gave him the info. They're turning this quickly into mid to B pressure.
Yeah, you got that first blood, but how much does that advantage help you with Yabi now gone? They know one of the 2 names that plays B is removed.
Scrambling Astralis.
Understandably, they know their vulnerable bomb site is once again all on the shoulders of Ryu. Outside of the bomb site, playing to disrupt from the mid side. That's a good find. Removes Hunter and nothing else to report.
All smokes very awkward.
Dodgy.
Yeah, that's not good.
Would be punishable. Just on the edge of that, Wrinkle's AWP was poised to collect. Now already look at this play. Ryu trying to be disruptive. They'll go off the flash. It connects. So do the bullets. 3 in defense of B from Ryu. A little bit of something back, a little bit of redemption to get the Astralis rounds started.
And Wrinkle just trying to shave one off here. Thinks this can play through a tunnel, but no, it's not planted for him. They're going to swing out and confirm it. Looking for good measure, and that defuse will come through. So Astralis are on the board. And Ryu is the man to stand up and deliver. So good stuff from him. But it's hard to see this being much of a half at all.
Justin Bieber in the building.
Very well done there from Fozy. Right, I thought the Nuts would have had him every day of the week. A good tempo to this, right? Not letting them establish themselves in the post plan.
Nice guy's sick!
All right, AWP is boosted in Suicide at Wrinkle. Not too much on the cross. Boost on boost as Fozy takes the pick in towards lower. Where are they scaling? Notes has been quick to it.
Ooh, missed shot. Nate should find a little bit of damage. I say a little, how about a lot? 25 for Mattis to work with, has to stomach the double HE. Cozy turns that flash, Nerds taking this space away. The Incendiary, though, in this rock, paper, scissors game has maintained control.
Starting to get a bit more pace in these rounds, other than these B rushes I was talking about, but when we saw them go for map control, it was a bit more of a slow roll. Minute 10 on the clock. On the bait of this, there would love a flash from Fozy over towards the ramp, so setting that up now.
Deep HE destined for damage. Look at that, right between the wickets. Nerds and Wrinkle flash now. Stead does go on the second. Oh, perfect. Dips in, removes Nerds, falls back and maintains that advantage for the CT side.
Hooksy needs to get something towards long. This is a 2-2 split right now. If he goes down with nothing, A side's in a box.
Yeah, and it gets awkward for the Orb. Missed shot. Pressure onto Hooksy's shoulders here. Oh, and he's done very well. Catches both of them just walking around the corner. The off angle pays dividends. Just Hunter and Wrinkle. Trying to find a little something like that. With Stare gone, Fozy Zorb, good onto Wrinkle. Hunter, the first two.
They let him plan.
He's gone on up. He's trying to isolate a third frag, and this one's starting to go from impossible to improbable. To 9 HP as his back turn. Hooksy ensures things don't go awry.
It was always tough going out long there for G2. You have the low HP of Mattis from the early nades. If Heavy goes down and it's not wide spacing, then Hooksy just sweeps them both under the rug, and 2 straight rounds.
Is this just a cosmetic comeback?
Well, it has to be rifle round after rifle round. There's still money for G2 going into next round, even if they lose this one. So this is the hardest way to get back into things for Astralis.
A little search from Mattis, and oh, more than a search. He has found the treasure that is an opening kill, removing Hooksy.
And you can see the gamble out of Astralis.
Immediately after showing face long, they all pivoted towards T-spawn, and it's a rejig.
They're not to know it was a 3-man piece. Not gonna like this from Yabi. Staying active, see if he can find the gap.
It's kind of what you were asking for, more of this.
Just very late in the piece.
Already across the sideline of that smoke break or play. Now it's anticipating this aggression from Yabi. Oh, the comms were a little slow. Yavi still goes down, though. It's Hunter that finds him. 13 frags for their captain. And that B side looking rather unmanned. Unguarded, but just the sniper in that nest. Misses one from the window position. Second, good for it.
Has to keep repicking.
And that's what that flash is supposed to facilitate. They're all congregated in the tons. One has made it out. Ryu, an opportunity. So much damage eventually. Finding Mattis in that war of attrition through the doors. There's Stare onto Heavy. Got Astralis defending their site valiantly. Onto the backside. Cool gone. Hunter low HP. 8 bullets versus 3. It shouldn't be possible. How are they allowing him to get the reload? Now he's got the ammo. Hasn't got the head. Good to Astralis.
It's good to see them being a little bit jarring, right? It might seem a little bit too late in the piece, but let's say 4 straight plus the pistol plus the conversions, we can start having that conversation. So they're not just rolling over right now. They're still putting up a bit of a fight. But that one should have been Yavi's. Hunter does well.
Alone. I want dark.
But doing well considering how easy that opening kill came onto Hooksy towards long from Mattis. So final round of the half. As mentioned, G2 were going to have the finances.
Hooksy G'ing up Fozy, knows he's going to be an integral component if they want to try and end this in 2. Nerds is forward pathing, where he slips under the sight line.
And he got a whiff there. Nerds is talking a lot.
Yavi started here, and Hooksy, they've got a crossfire established, so util will be required for Nerds. Fozy forward, just runs through the flames, down to half health.
Playing ahead of the mid-to-B smoke.
Oh, Hooksy's got his nades out, goes walkabout. Easy for Yavi. Oh, doesn't matter if he's flashed. Fozy throws one of his own. There's 2 back from G2.
They want to reset. They no reuse B, Stare A.
Yeah, and you know where he was. He's just scuttled the smoke from CT.
Piecing this one together now. Jumping up short, trying to hold on to this rotation right now is Wrinkle with the AWP.
Yeah, you got proactive Ryu as well, knowing he wants to be close to Stare, and he is playing for the fight. He needs to find them both, and it's instantaneous out of Hunter's AK. Clean with it. Oh, and a clean close too. Call it 9-3. G2's pick. Astralis, that loss streak on this map may very well be extended to 6. Conclusion of this one.
Yeah, it's a tough record. So this is more like it from G2, looking a bit limp, a bit lifeless in map number 1. Still some of those frustrations on display with a few of these deaths, even though it was pretty simple stuff. She's given away the opening in 2 consecutive rounds in this, but only one really matters. That third map of Inferno right around the corner if this one continues.
Dead.
Goodbye taking shape for Astralis. P250 for Fozy. He's dropped some utility as well. See behind the other belt. So 2 smokes, little flashes in the mix. The defense, we've got U2 on Hunter. Most with Kevlar. Let's re-split the defense. Ready to react towards Long with these flashes on Hunter. It's going to be a mid-door smoke. It looks like they're just going to scuttle up Cat. Those protocols ready for the aggression, ready to flash them out. He sets them up to take that short fight. We can see no action for a while. B defense has been called over. They're going to try and clamp down fight mid and short together. You can see there's blue dots on the radar.
On Mattis's cue, Hunter provides the flash.
They're going to be too late.
They are very close, closer than he may be ready for here. Flash is good, connects. Finds Stairs head, no trade, and plucked from the skies. Ryu was trying to make forward space. One back on that flank. You need Hooksy to somehow find another. Can't do it. Denied by Wrinkle's USP. 1v3. Yabi can't find the headshot.
All right, Mattis, 3 kills in that one. Thought he was going to get caught off guard there with that timing. Rounds the corner, the flash is there. They're in his face. You can see Ryu just blind trying to make the space. You can credit him from the player perspective, but looks like too simple of a kill as the second. Here it is, so the flash, and they're already ahead of it. Drops down, Ryu's running out, trying to get this territory. Those things down for double digits. Astralis are going to take what's the Vicos? This will be a slow one. Nice downboard with Hooksy. You can see the in-game leader doing a bit of talking there. Want to keep that never give up mentality, but when you were losing to, I think, 3 B rushes, or at least 2 of the 3.
Oh, soul crushing for sure.
That's not how these rounds are meant to go down. So 5 Glocks against what is 3 rifles and 2 SMGs. Remember, this is the first time we are seeing this iteration of G2 on Dust 2. That's Wrinkle's addition, and well, he's going to mow them down on Cat. Stair takes down Hooksy. Wrinkle 3, Hunter with 1, and that'll be 11 rounds now confirmed. Just one more. With the time secured at a minimum. This has been rapid map. We're running away with this one. Plenty of Counter-Strike coming your way today and all week long. Foot versus Magic going down on that secondary stream. Coming up later today, Furiate versus Aurora and Gamer Legion versus Mouse. And a third map in this one. Very, very likely now. Okay, double mid-smokes. Xbox and doors.
Wow, this is aggressive from the CT side. What a weird one for Fozy to explain.
That's at least going to slow down this mid-util that was just thrown from Astralis. Hooksy calls the bluff. I like this.
Straight through. This is quick. Occupying short at 1 minute 30 gives you so many options. I say options. Look at Hunter. He's got a nice cache of grenades on that ramp side.
And Wrinkle's got more as well. So between the 2 of them, they should be able to bludgeon this short play. It's back towards Long into Mattis.
Interesting angle, rather unorthodox, but very susceptible to the flash. They're not looking at him though. Ryu's pathing forward.
Would love some support.
He's begging for it. Flash connects, delay. Important. Hunter's here. Supported flash, perfect. Still, Ryu and Fozy sees an advantage, a necessary one for Astralis. Wrinkle, empty-handed. Smoke threatens for CTs to disrupt this plant, but it's going to go down uncontested.
They can take this slow. I think they should take a look, go fishing, see if you can do some damage, make the buy a whole lot harder for Astralis into the next round, regardless of the outcome. And I think these are the bonus weapons as well. I hope to see them play with a little bit of attitude, considering how they've been rolling over Astralis so far. Play the long game, not going to give any of it a go. No, it's going to be 4 AKs carried through. And this is, you start to talk about the recipe for the comeback. It's a long ways away. There we go. All right, I thought maybe you want to give a bit of a spam, but no, okay. Famas saved, MP7 in the mix. Wrinkle's got enough for the AWP. this almost goes wrong, right? You see the timer here as they attempt to deal with this long play. But as soon as Wrinkle is left alone, they're starting to palm out short and out long, you're screwed, right? You're not in a good position to do anything whatsoever. The money can get humbled here, G2, if they lose this, and then that comeback can be on.
This is
a lower.
Very early collision.
Molly behind him. They won't expect this, surely.
Stash.
Yes.
Yeah, completely overlooks it. Nerds with some trigger discipline. And a barrel betrays him. Ryu, the savior, and a frustrating opening death for Nerds.
Stair doesn't know how close he was.
Crazy. We've seen a lot of those failed trigger discipline throughout here at EWC.
They missed the mid-door Molly. They don't know that it's close. It's clear at least, but Wrinkle searches, and if you jump up Xbox, you could be a dead man.
Stair doesn't know how close he could come to being denied access to short. He'll just have to remain tucked on Xbox. You can see that bomb on the back of Fozy maneuvering. But Wrinkle's on such a forward position. He's in an opportunity now.
I'd start pathing short now, the fact that you know the ult middle. Right, you put pressure on short now.
Yeah,
the ult's out of
is.
position.
He's going to try and take the fights. Hooksy is as well. Get the chip damage.
It's forced the rotation. This is nice.
Heavy can disrupt this, and they're going to overlook it completely. The South, he fakes them in. Look at the output. Heavy got a bit of damage on the MP7 past the first. That's the Yabby double. B-side's open for business. Astralis a 5th round. A sigh from Hunter, knowing this one a lost cause.
I wouldn't mind a hunt right now from Astralis. I think they're in a situation where if they can remove the landmines going into the next, it's the AWP, it's the M4. Going to make their life a whole lot easier. The loss bonus is only 1900. Starting to spread out. Ryu's over towards backyard, but they're not just holding W, so I think they are going to allow them to hold on to these. But that's Ryu, a massive save there onto Stair, right? Considering how this round could have gone. You see the trick that G2 were hoping for, that incendiary from short. Baits the expectation. That silenced them for that longer barrel. Anyway, notes in lower tunnels.
Terrorists win.
It's a long way back into this. Here it is again.
It's crazy to say it, but like if he had, the nuance of that is if he'd remained with his barrel burrowed into the wall, there's a great chance he gets the double there. He just wanted to, understandably, get the crosshair in the rough direction for that first. Didn't know Ryu was so delayed.
4-man A start right now. Looks like they're going to search over towards B.
Yeah, not in the same punchy way we saw in that first half. Hooksy knows what's up.
The fact that they've actually just started with a B upper tunnels block has completely removed what could have been a punchy B pop, right? If the AWP posts up on platform, the rifles can start to scale in and focus side, knowing no one's on your left. That's now allowed time for the CTs to rotate, right? We've got long control, we've got that AWP posted short, so you have a decent amount of territory, and you're essentially calling the bluff saying, okay, well, we had long, we're not expecting them to go out there without any tells, right? They're going to give us something, a sound cue, some util. That's exactly what Hooksy's doing. So Wrinkle called over to deal with this, but it still looks to be the B play. That's where the stack for G2 resides. To Cart, Nerds. Goes left back plant, Heavy got to take contact, and then Matters.
And Heavy God's deal is always good for one.
With a couple of good shots.
And he can get another one in this crucial round. Ryu swings on out, multiple bodies now spotted, and Stair does go down. Fozy
Fool's gold,
at least finds the trade, and there's so many more where that came from. Mattis, perfect position, nails it on the pre-aim. Down to Yabby, but are you ready for another? Yes, absolutely. Oh, no! He took too long with it. Nuts, gone, watches as Yabby finds another. It's going to fall to the 1v1. It's Wrinkle. First game on Dust 2 with G2 and a clutch to essentially seal the deal. This is for 12. He's so low. It's a guarantee for Wrinkle. Easy pickup and the 12th on the board.
Well, Hunter knows he should have won the round right there and then. The fact that that got so close, that never should have happened. The stack was perfect. The way that they played that round, the blocking of the B to deny that pop, to get the long control. Hooksy even has to make it look like they are taking that space. But this is what I mean about Fool's Gold, right? It's Nerds and Heavy God who showed themselves over towards B initially, and that's the 2B defenders. They get the kill, they think, okay, we're just going to continue forward with this. And
Yabby got him.
Hunter is where it could have all gone wrong. G2 happy with that one. You can see that all they're celebrating what is the 12th round. One more. And we'll make it 2 drubbings. Back-to-back Ancient and now Dust 2.
Seven consecutive feels like a tall order. Looks like Fosey is going to throw some caution to the wind on an aggressive mid-line. Now there's Ryu straight towards the long side. And look at him go through the incendiary. He's just laughing at it. Was that supposed to stop me? Heavy God's gone, and a necessary trade provided by Hunter. Good find. Plucks the head off the shoulders of Ryu. It is only nerds on this side of the map. And they are starting to forge their path.
He has no support, has to do this completely alone.
Just a one-man army, what have you got? Util at the back of the side for that exact position. The mantle up from Hooksy, a diligent clear.
Should just say, play the long game here. G2 are in no rush. Sure, they'd love the game to be over now, but hold on to these weapons, give it another go into the next round. They got 1,400 loss bonus, so holding on to these is going to be important. Wrinkle, first test, and passes it. He holds onto this orb, he will be able to drop across the rifle into the next, so... Okay, is this a question of a potential double orb set up for the CT side into the next, or just making sure that Astralis can't get it? That win bonus, they're going to be out of reach for Fosey AWP. It does look like they want to carry the double orbs through, so Hunter, it's a secondary orb through. That's going to be for either Heavy God or Nerds over towards B for sure.
I do love this as well when you have got so many opportunities for G2 to take us to the third. The second orb can give you that opening.
And the thing is, Fosey, he won't be able to get one now. Whether or not G2 have been able to understand the finances to know that's the case, they still will have that advantage as weapons are being juggled. Astralis saw on the mic. To just a Famus. Or is it? I'm seeing the juggle going on, the back and forth as the final complexion of the buy. Spawns for Astralis. I can see Yabby lining up a corner smoke insta immediately. Do they want to try and be punchy on this?
It would appear so. Talking of punchy, look at Wrinkle straight up the guts of mid, going to try and find this sight line, and does provide fast blood onto Astralis' captain. Hooksy sidelined. Forward position from Stair, but they're so likely to see a flash.
This is quick.
Maybe quicker than they're ready for. Already going across, look at this. The flash play, sure. Oh, Stair's already slipped the net. Mattis unable to profit, loses control of the spray. It's Wrinkle from the short side, pulls us into an advantage for G2. They want Inferno, and they want it now. Yabby and Fosey fighting tooth and nail. Bomb can be planted. CT's a mile away. One disadvantage of those two orbs. He's trying to get back into a bomb site with them. Two from the long side, Wrinkle short. Yabby's molly will force Wrinkle to make a decision, will delay proceedings. Goes through it. No, that's a quick one. Long range single scope, just Yabby and Wrinkle should have this. Just as easy as that, a third map secured.
Yeah, nice map here from Wrinkle, 19 and 8. The defuse will come through and some similarities. Both teams showing comfort on their pick. Both pistols for G2 in this one. The same for Astralis back on Ancient, but this one will be decided on Inferno. Let's hope we can get the best of both teams clashing horns, as right now it's looked very one-sided on these picks. The third and decider, that's where we want to see the fireworks, because one team will march on in this round of 16. Now quarterfinals await. It'll be Furia or Aurora playing later today to be their opponent. But this is what you need to see from G2. Shrugging off a poor Ancient. Hunter 21 top of the table. Wrinkle right behind at 19.
It's good for a debut, you know, seeing Wrinkle perform in the way he did, closing rounds as well, but it will be determined on that third and deciding map. And for Astralis, that B site needs work.
As we take a look back at some of the highlights, G2 able to finish with a score of 13 rounds to 6. Dupree, this was the expected outcome. What did you see, though, from G2?
I think so far in this series, we've just seen two teams that are exposing each other's map a little bit here with Ancient going the likes of Astralis and now D2 going the likes of G2. I think it's teams that are now, moving into territory in third map where both teams are looking very equal. So far, I mean, like looking at G2 in this one, they recovered very well from that Ancient. I think they looked very well in this one. I think Hunter had a lot of impact. That B side was like, constantly being bombarded. We had some rushes in there. We had some very nice B splits. So overall, I'm very happy to see that G2 had a way of bouncing back.
Yanko, it only took you 6 rounds to look at me and say we're going to a map number 3. So this is an expected series so far, but have any players stood out to you or any surprises through games 1 and 2?
I think Hunter stood out on Dust 2, right? Not only with some of the calling, targeting that B bomb side back-to-back B rushes, sort of getting into the head of Astralis a little bit too, but just also in the terms of fragging, right? Like he was really sharp on this map. I think that's what G2 is hoping to get from Hunter as the IGL, right? He's not going to overnight be as good as Apex is or Kerrigan is and some of the guys that have been doing this for a long time, but what you're going to get in return is hopefully a potent fragger from that IGL position, sort of raise the average skill level of the team.
We haven't always had fraggers in the IGL role. Where do you rank Hunter among the teams left in this tournament, Dupree?
I think Hunter is a phenomenal player, and I think ever since he's picked up the reins of G2 and having to English them, I think he's been looking really, really solid. And as Yango just pointed out, he's probably not supposed to be an in-game leader that you're going to be comparing to Glaive and Apex and Kerrigan, but his firepower is there, and he's always been a big game player, and I think that is what he also brings to the table. He's always going to be so reliant in these games, and he always shows up in the most crucial moment. So it's also a good way of having a guy a captain that stands up and can deliver these kind of performances.
It's been such a fun matchup so far.
And leader, he had a massive Dust 2. Yanko there asked for a hot take, just said, okay, well, Hunter just go and bully Hooksy in this one. Take on the in-game leader on the other side, former teammates lifting the likes of Katowice and Cologne together, now enemies. Elimination on the line, that one, simple stuff from Hunter, and it's not the first time they've won a force by this series. They did the same on Ancient, but they couldn't find consecutive. G2 break the funds.
It's a good map for 5-7s to find impact, 4 of which Astralis wheels, just Yabi on the hand cannon.
I'm going to make a move on down Banana. They're
Chunky
really
nades.
take a fight through this smoke on the fade, maybe even before.
But at range, though, I say that, Nerd actually closes the gap. His MP7, he's fully blind. They've got him trapped. No, they have, but Hunter, 3 in quick succession, deals with it. One back from Hooksy, but they know where he is, and you can see his helplessness in his gameplay, just spamming, unloading into the smoke, hoping for a little something extra. Mattis can't catch a break.
Considering Hunter and Wrinkle are low, they need to be careful not to give away too much more. Looks he might want to carry something through into the next, but still looking to do a bit of damage as the bomb is being punched on the other side of the map. That 40 seconds now confirmed, and he's hanging around. He's got company. Maybe got coming down Banana. 2 top mid and spammed away from Hunter for 4 within the round. It's a little bit frustrating there for Astralis because I like the idea the flash was even good. It's just Hunter, the support network, was ready and raring to go. I wonder if there's a bit of organizational pressure for G2 in this game as well, knowing here that it's not just the Counter-Strike tournament, it's not just the progression through the easier side of the bracket. No point minting words about that. Okay, Hunter. There's going to be the Eco back. So they have won out the war of attrition, and we should see a 3-1, and so they can do something with these very light investments. We're talking a flash of smoke at 5-7.
Actually learned something from Pucker there on the desk as well about the orgs needing 2 top 8s to be eligible for that club championship. So for G2, you get to that quarter, you win this game, you win that, what is it, your first playoff game in a Tier 1 event this year. You not only do that, you also make your org happy. It's good to keep the boss happy.
We'll see how far they can push the issue, right? Obviously, you win Counter-Strike, you get 1,000 points, but there's some other teams that we'll be talking a bit more about that. Your Vitalities, your Falcons, maybe even your Navis.
Counting on their CS squad.
This one, another stack on the pistols, and you just have to hope that you've called this one correctly. You've gambled correctly if you're Hooksy. You just want to do a bit more damage. You took 2 rifles with you, a few upgrades with you, excuse me, in the last. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this time round. You can send Nerds in as a bit of a beacon. I'm going to flash and pick top middle, but look at the range right now. Very deep. Mattis playing Chicken Pit. A lot of range on this. It'll be classic Mattis for the series if he gets caught off guard by this one.
Yeah. I think the guy is due a little break. A couple of ecos might soften the blow.
And B is open, right? They've been able to send the SMG of Nerds in, clear it out, make sure no one is home, and he's even taking down Stair on rotation. So at this point, Astralis are just looking to not give away too many more casualties to Nerds to farm up some cash, but this one is down 3-1. Time to settle into this. Let's take a quick look at what's going on that secondary stream. Versus Magic. Looks like they're going to be heading to their third map, Mirage, very shortly, so you can whack that one on. As Nerds, he does want to get stuck in with the SMG. He's going to have to take the liberties as just two more finds. Nico Bash ace, everybody's favorite, as Hunter's going to steal it.
How rude.
That's all right. I think those ones, it's better. Right? I don't want this. I don't want the ace on the stat line of an Nico Bash. Right? It's fine. I'll save it for the gun rounds. Nerds has gotten himself 4 there, gets himself up to 5 kills, and we'll get into passes by. No Fozy AWP available. Relatively limited of util as well. Lacking HEs, we see players like Apex, right, which is what you're going to hope Hooksy can do with the B defense, landing devastating grenades down Banana. They are extinguished. Like it's half wall immediately. We're going for the extinguisher, the car molly. That would be telling of a fight. They are playing a little bit more forward with their A defense on this bracket setup, but Banana's where the action is on stair.
Yeah, he's ready for this. The whole G2 squad on the other side of the screen. No one's seen him. Finally, Mattis puts him down, and just Hooksy.
Good luck, mate.
He's been spotted and executed.
Another one there from Hunter. Just cleared out the site. 7-1 for the boss man.
It doesn't get more cut and dry than that.
It'll have to be the save.
This B duo just bowled over.
Ryu is probably pretty happy it's not him.
That's true.
All right, I took the hiding over there on Dust too. Someone else for a change. It's a good opportunity right now to talk through the CT setup. So there will be the combination of Hooksy and Stair with your Banana control. Hooksy's going to be setting up Stair to take those fights. And then it's going to be either Fozy or Yabi. Right? That's your AWP or your rotating rifler to assist if they want to go for 3-man setups. And then Ryu has to anchor it down towards A.
It's going to get some credit as well for Wrinkle and his flash. Ensured they find that frag onto Stair cleanly.
Tough way to find yourself down 4-1. You win the pistol, you lose the force, and now there's a bit of a landslide.
What that sound means.
Yeah, tactical timeout from Neo in the early stages, and it does look silly when you catch from this angle, doesn't it? But Mattis able to catch him before he can pop back up and mow them down. Stair knows he had an opportunity.
It was actually Heavy God's flash. It was Wrinkle on the second for Hooksy. Team play on display. Everything going to plan.
I'm liking this decision we're seeing from Astralis on the buy, and likely ushered in by Neo as well, taking the timeout. Your loss bonus is maxed out. Let's get that Fozy AWP out.
Yeah.
Let's take the eco behind the saves right now. I say eco. They're obviously going to invest a little bit more knowing that 3,400. But it's not the full shove, right? They haven't dropped rifle, they haven't fully invested in util. Everyone's left enough that they will be able to bite properly into the next. Bigger concerns in a round like this, and yet to respawn, it could change, but there's no kit. So if a site falls as easily as it just did, it's been a bit of bludgeoning on B. It's going to be hard to see that retake once more. Same half-wall block smoke again. Seems to be the game plan for Astralis in this one, as an nade lands at the doorstep of 2. Nerds and Hunter brought down. And Hooksy trying to seem bigger than he is right now. His teammates to do a 4-man A stack. Lock down brackets control.
Mattis flashed in for his opponent's control.
They get shut down in mid here, G2. It's about the immediate reaction off of the info.
Feels like Stairs 5-7 could be very disruptive in this position. With the blue set up, it's a nice distraction. Already working out this partial investment.
Coming back, they want more of this.
Instead, equipped with the rifle will profit. No trade attempt out of that. Ooh, the boiler player who is now alone as Stair doubles up on mid. Look at that minimap. Just the battlefield laden with G2 bodies.
25 seconds, Heavy go try to do some damage. Sure, remember, this was just the partial. We're going to be buying into the next. This one's a feel-good moment for Astralis as Heavy God backpedals and looks for the save.
Yeah, always a good look for Coach as well. Off the back of a timeout, you find yourselves a little bit of a momentum breaker.
You wonder what the thought process there, right? They established that it is a bit of a mid-stack. They know that the boost is in play, and then they still want to pipe up middle. So I think in that moment, they're assuming with all that info, G2 start to race up Banana and try and isolate that solo defender. Instead, Astralis flash, they take the fight, and they stifle this one to get their second round, 2-round gap.
Yeah, Stare as well. You give him an inch, he is capable of taking the mile.
To note, though, in the spree of 4 rounds for G2, had a lot of bodies stay alive, especially in the 2 prior to this. All those rounds mean they have a lot of cash to splash. And a round like this, if it would devastate the finances and you had that 1,400 loss, it's a tough position to call yourself out of. Fortunately for them, they've got all the cash that they would hope for, and they can go again. But Bozy will get the ore. Can't say the same about Wrinkle. They want to keep him operating on this AK. And that's something that Saw noted with HLTV, right? They wanted someone a little bit more aggressive. He's not going to be that on Inferno, especially not on the T side. And they didn't need the extra voice of Sampaius. You've got that in Nerds, akin to a Yakinda style player, likes to take space, likes to control the macro, and then you've got Hunter, the in-game leader. Those two and Saw, with enough people to make the calls. Wrinkle just needs to go there and hit some shots.
Let's get this party started then, round 7, 3rd map. Advance to the round of 16 playoffs. Again, they continually find this opening utility damage.
Must have been team utility there.
It must have been.
I don't think I saw it.
You're right.
Yeah. So 4 strong on A.
Awkward.
They're left to his own devices on B.
They're trying again. This bracket's control. They want to fight for it. They want to demonstrate they can take it away. Got the Fozy Orb short side, and Yabi's got a nice cache of these HEs. He's just gonna keep just chaining them together. That one's a big one. Right between both Hunter and Mattis. Now forward positions on the long side. Smoke won't last forever. There's a flash on the fade, and Yabi's just gonna worm his way into library to acknowledge the potential slip CT.
A lot to concern himself with.
Locked. Throws out a Moto Smoke. Interesting improvisation.
You wonder if that's an invitation to creep through. Looks like he might get blindsided by this.
He's responsible for the housekeeping of this spot. They're boosting over. Could be an awkward angle. Not ready for Fozy. Vulnerable. Brought down by Hunter. Ryu, off you got. Multiple bodies flood the site. Clash from Mattis connects.
You can see what Yabi was thinking, but he stitches up Fozy there, doesn't he, right? With that 3-quarter smoke, you have to worry about the potential for them going arch side, so respects it, drops back, tries to ward them away with some block utility of his own design, and that's the way in. Hunter treats it as an invitation.
Looks like Hunter's got a gift for Wrinkle into the next.
Yeah, I'm curious, though, because he could have bought it, so it's telling that, all right, they want to start changing it up because they weren't expecting this AWP. He's dropped it. So it's just a housekeeping and making sure that they can't get that for Fozy. They do have money on the CT side, though, so that won't be too much of a concern. Stair will be able to drop it as Wrinkle will get it. So we do juggle it around, and it is carried through after all.
Yeah, he likes the sound of it after all, you know, like, if you don't have to spend the money, you're allowed to play. With your signature AWP, sure, as you've highlighted, T-side Inferno is not the one when it comes to inserting yourself into the play. Yes, there was some Ultra side at the start of the T-side round.
Looks like they've woken up from Ancient, though, G2.
Oh, he had a good innings as well.
He had a name.
Yeah, you should never do that. Especially in this skirmish of a 3rd map. Big util dump from the CT side, and it works out. Yeah, no, it's down. Stare using that AK-47 to great effect. There are 3 T-side weapons on that CT side. That one-shot headshot potential, not just the T-side exclusive. Lucy's got to play this dangerous game where he plays for info, but also doesn't give it up to an AWP on Wrinkle. The longer he holds onto that util, the better, as the backup brigade in Stare is starting to maneuver back. Rather quiet. The calm before the storm. A block smoke thrown at the 50-second mark.
They've just played for info top middle there behind that incendiary, so they have a good idea this is going to be the B play. Where's the rotation?
Yabi's even getting proactive. He's going to be making that move for a rather fast flank. They're still congregated top Banana. 30 seconds as the util dump comes through. Smoke fading, flank connecting. Wrinkle still lining up nades, and he's gone. Backstab there. Mattis with one back.
25, you gotta
have
go
to commit. Surely you have to commit, at least that's what they think. A pivot on its way. Does Ryu completely leave the site? He's saying, I'm not so sold on this. Starts now to depart. They're gonna round the corner, and it's an open runway for the plant. That is cheeky. He's even used the last couple of seconds to try and go for the safest of plants.
Okay, well, now good luck with the retake. Moto's just been smoked.
Okay. Ryu really wants this bomb site back. He can't believe they've stolen it away from him. The moment he departs. Difficult smoke to broach. Time ticking. You've got that HE break. Mattis tugs. Hit by the wallbang from Posey's Orb. Softened down to 40 as he unloads his mag, just trying to keep him at bay. The time is ticking away. 2 frags is good. Heavy God lingers. Someone has to get on that defuse, and it is not planted for Heavy God. They could just sit it. They could just sit it time. Just in time. Astralis do regain control of that A site and will put that third on the board.
Right, down to the wire there. The fact that G2 are even able to maneuver into a plant is impressive. Keeping Astralis on notice with this one. I wonder where the rotation is. They turn it into a flank instead. So proactive in the mid-round from Astralis, and Hooksy like the way that one feels. Keeping it to a 2-round gap. No issues in the buy departments, and so much extra cash stacked. Heavy God has 10K. So there'll be plenty more gun rounds. This one, that is showing a bit of attitude. Straight through the mid-smoke. So he suppressed the ability for them to go aggressive. If they wanted to linger around and have those questions, Mattis has denied it immediately. Molly instead can get out. He wants to go back in for this. Another nade lands on his toes.
Yeah, it's all about this fight. 4 half-wall control. Block smoke will buy time.
And in rotation between the two of them is Yabby. Is he just going to donate this util? Head back over towards A. Like a minute on the clock, and he will give over the nades, but he's going to posture forward. Stair wants support. It's the Danes over towards B.
Okay, Danish duo. Stair anti-flash overlooked. Oh, still nerd pivots. He finds them both. What a dream. Giving his team a gift of a 2-man advantage. They do still need to find Hooksy, and with their connections, we've equalized. Hooksy on B, Fosey on A, and Ryu overlooked in pit side. That's the bomb, that's the kill. Wrinkle empty-handed. Hunter in the clutch, winnable. Certainly now, but heads Ryu, gets the time. He knows Hooksy last seen B site. He knows he's got the time to set this one up. Use time as his great ally. Hooksy, head-to-head, he's held his nerve. Wins it out in that captain's 1v1.
Oh, interesting call there from G2, right? You killed 2 players top banana, you know there's a third shore, you're expecting that rotation away from the A defense, but they've just parked the bus. You walk into it, you're also getting blindsided, so... Looks he looking over the fence there, maybe. Yeah, he is. He's definitely giving him a little bit of summon to wave to Hunter.
Okay.
Rubbing a bit of salt in the wound with this. As mentioned, once upon a time, teammates lifting trophies together. Hooksy got cast aside. No, we don't want you anymore, mate. To build back up to what was the successes of G2 once upon a time, but...
Nice shot as well from Hooksy.
This is the thing, if Hunter gets into Boiler...
Brother!
He gets into Boiler, that's round, right? So Hooksy's chasing Ghost at that point.
Ooh, Orb sounded off a shot there, so info on Fosey's coordinates.
They're turning this quite quickly into... At least they were something A-centric. On Inferno, it's not about the finishes, it's about this battle for banana control and top mid. You don't have to take banana first, you can go get Boiler and Halls, then get your bracket, vice versa. It doesn't matter, just as long as you are taking the space, forcing the CTs to rifle through this util.
Oh, right in his top pocket. Half Elf for nerds worming their way through, though. This
Huge
is
gap.
A great gap. Hunter gonna play the fade side by side with Mattis, and there's no one home. Some serious real estate now for G2.
Making it look like an app spot, but they're just going to walk long.
Yeah, with all the attention drawn. There is that rotation from CT. Stair and Hooksy are on their way. Cognizant of the possibility of this gap. And then they'll use their own Moto smoke to be hoping to be overlooked. Yep, that's it. Stair had his nades out. Good find. First blood drawn. with Mattis in combination with Hunter makes life miserable for Yabi, standing and banging, finding two. Now's not the time for an inspect and no scope onto Yabi. The only way to bring him down. 3 decent output, but Fozy not in a position to really play for this. And Orp on the way back in, never comfortable.
And lost bonus only 1400 into the next, so he should hold on to this. This we're getting more of a back and forth affair than the last 2 maps.
I really like that calling from Hunter.
I think it could have gone wrong because they're assuming they were starting 3A anyway, right? They wanted to draw the attention for the app spot, but the attention was already there. They didn't know they had that gap. How they meant to know they had that gap.
And fair play to Yabi, that's some serious output. He just needed a little chip in from anyone else. Well, we are getting that closer affair, Jack.
Yes. I think down the stretches where it gets a little bit more difficult for Astralis because of the seesaw, right? Fozy can drop an M4. That's the opening incision. It's nice when Mattis gets to make his play. The interview with Saw over at HLTV talking about they don't really have a natural entry. They have these players who like to take their timings. So it means you need to be a little bit more creative with how you go about these things. It's not just run on in, get the job done. You like to be tricky with it. So I have quite a few players who have a similar profile. G2 is one of these teams to me that feels like a jack-of-all-trades team. You've got Heavy-God, who one of the absolute best anchors in the world, but I feel like this man could play any role. Right now, he's not really having to do too much in the fragging department, just 4 kills deep. On the CT side, I'm sure that will have to change as that pit anchor. Charles have shoved behind the save door. Fozy dropped the rifle. There's in with a FAMAS. M7 for Uxie and an MP9 for Yabi. They're buying next round. If they don't save anything, if they don't get anything done right now, it's 1900 loss.
They've pulled one of these out of their hat already on their CT side. Is it asking too much to pull it off twice? On off angle adopted, this is a unusual setup to have Fozy responsible for the right side and Ryu mantles the radiator for the off angle. It's very unlikely the crosshair is pre-aimed by Heavy-God, but then again, you were just speaking about his individual ability. We'll get to see it on display if he does proceed apps.
So he just threw a flash into Boiler, which normally would tell of a player jumping up and starting to search for space there, but Heavy-God isn't. So I think Astralis believe there's a bit more coming their way, as it is 4 over towards Banana, taking control past half wall now. And the setup dismounted. A lot to concern themselves with.
Yeah, sweep from the AWP, course brackets clear for now. 50 seconds for G2 to try and find their finish. CT smoke lands. Does look like Uxie plans to go for a 5-7 underhand, 5-7 mag dump.
There's going to be multiple flashes. Yabi and Uxie can both flash against this execute.
Oh, they actually molly stare out of position. That makes life a bit uncomfortable. The flash connected. You can see the whole squad. And, oh, he's done well. He's done very well. Uxie set up to succeed.
Have to go
flash
big.
from Yabi
Time.
connected. 20 seconds. Got to fight your way back into this site. Fozy relays the information. He's ready for this. That's the bomb. Now on the floor, spews out of Wrinkle, and that is 5. Astralis, 2 rounds of the 5 they now boast off the back of these 5-7s. And Uxie, the one to find output here, a double kill. Heavy-God after time, 4,000 in the bank, no problem.
It would have been nice if he could have kept that. It'd be a drop for Nerds or Mattis, so it does actually make a difference. You can see the multiple layering of the flash. Good call from Uxie to have 3 strong over towards B. They had that top mid info. And it's just the layering of flash is going to catch them. How many can you possibly be ready for? Nobody playing anti there to get the job done as we can tie things up 6-6.
Execute, and that's it.
I want to focus on a good execute. Limited resources to do so.
Especially if you can see an opener, you can see Fozy's going for some rather audacious forward position. Ooh, there's a little bit of a kerfuffle. They're down to 64. Already very early apps presence from Heavy-God.
Come down to the restraint on Util from Astralis. How much pressure G2 can apply to force out these nades. So Fozy with top mid control. It's hard for Heavy-God just to swing into this.
Fozy's quick, but clearly not quick enough. Heavy-God beheads it. Oh, and the pre-fire. Yeah, Mattis knew what was up. The flash pops, he immediately nails it. Just Hooksy. Rotation has come through. You needed to find something, though. Empty hands for Hooks. Javi needed a third. And it's Ryu. They know he's the A anchor. Heavy God has cut the rotation, so looking to at least leave with the lead. The swap at the sides, a clean close from Heavy God.
And a really impressive opener there on that final round. They've been the ones who've been playing on the front foot over towards A, right? That Incendiary comes in top mid, he just takes a swing of Boiler off of that. The only thing you have to worry about if you're Bozy in that moment is that Boiler swing. So Heavy God, great opener, but as we recount that first half of play, it's a pistol, then you lost against the Force. You had a Hooksy 1v1 clutch against Hunter, and you had 2 rounds where you're on the lighter buys with saved guns cobbled together. So gun rounds is what seems to be eluding Astralis as far as their CT side is concerned. Good moments from G2 in the calling department, some well-pieced together rounds. And Hunter continues to stay towards the top of the scoreboard on 11, leading the way for G2 again. Yabi on the other side, who's had some moments, but not all of which that have been converted upon. Now the pistols at this point, 5 have been played, 3 are to Astralis, 2 are to G2. Let's see if we can level the field there. CT side now for G2. Hunter with a couple of flashes, smoke for Wrinkle on the block.
Wrinkle. Not scared to take these long-range fights on that USB advantage, but this is a horrible opening death for Ryu. Spotted, Heavy God got the early warning. There's a nice one as well. Fozy loses his head to a Nerds P2000. Oh, it's clean. It's far too clean. The second shot out of Nerds just as good as the first. Astralis, they just can't hit a bullet onto Nerds. 3 kills deep. Anyone else? Nerds welcomes it. Let's do it. Yabi says okay.
He's got plenty of time, and now he's got the bomb, but still we need to get into one of these two sides. So how confident are you, G2? Do you want to overstep the mark? These type of setups, you just want to play for information so you can rejig, right? As soon as you know exactly where he is, able to play off with your teammates, box him in, and secure what should be the 8th round. With his up-down setup, feels impossible to break, right? He's going to worry about Coffin's backside.
Yeah, even the smoke won't save him with that boost. Impending doom for Yabi. Mattis makes it so. Sharp shots out of Nerds there, really enjoyed that. We can spin that one back on the replay.
I was worried for Heavy God in that moment, right? Because sure, he has the information, but Ryu's still going to come in prepared for a fight, just not up this close. And Heavy God, now if you feel like you just missed your timing and then you start to flub your lines, it could fall apart, but this one converted upon for Nerds. Remember that double kill he had top banana, which they were unable to make good on. No bomb going down. Astralis, this is going to be a weaker looking force buy than you would have hoped for. And on the first half, G2 converted theirs. Tech 9, Deagles.
Yeah, they set the bar high.
Incendiary. So they want to give it over. You're worried at this point if they are behind that half wall smoke that they're setting up for one of those pop plays and you could get caught out of position in the open. On the other side of the map, they play for info. So helping, I suppose, reinforce the worry over towards B by noting it's not an apps pop, but it could still be through mid. Hunter playing a block. People playing very passive on long side over towards Arch. And that's all a fake. They're going to try and play through this long smoke.
Yeah, Wrinkle ready. MP7 feasts. 2 down, rather casual.
And they just have to run in.
And that's exactly what they'll do. Mattis is going to just push with that MP9 to finish the job. Nerds has started here. Charges in. Good shot. Wow, good tracking. Single bullet to the dome.
You'll take the plant.
You will. Even if that name really leaves a mark. Hooksy just gets the code punch, but his chances of a 1v4 on 13 HP are close to 0. They'll group up, ensuring that trade potential, using that low HP Nerds to draw crosshairs. And so G2 will weather the storm of the Astralis force.